Welcome back to the channel, and today we are continuing the Permadeath survival series. Last time we built the suspension bridge, very successfully, might I add. And this time, I want to try to experiment with a system to get my car off the ground and parked somewhere around my base. I don't know exactly how. I have a system in mind, and the system is a seesaw physics mechanism where the pivot point is to one side of the seesaw, so it naturally hangs down. But when I drive the car up the ramp onto the back side of the pivot point, the weight of the car will then bring the seesaw up into the parked position, so it is off the ground and away from any harm from any bots during raids. Speaking of raids, I guess I'll wait until midnight and we will plant a new batch of crops. Let me go ahead and clear up my inventory so I get everything I need. All right, so I think for future upgrade stuff, we're gonna need some higher tier crops. So I'm gonna plant all of my oranges, blueberries, and I only have 4 bananas. Bananas are gonna go first because they are the most scarce right now. But I gotta wait a couple minutes still. So, also on the agenda, if I'm going to be building a parking ramp for my vehicle, I also want to do what I said I was going to do, which is combine my drilling vehicle and my scout vehicle into one. So I'm going to pretty much add drilling capability to my scout vehicle via an attachment. And hopefully, it'll work. Oh, you know what I can test in the meantime, while we're waiting for the raid timer to override at 24. Let's see if this waters everything. Because I don't have any crops planted, so this shouldn't actually affect the raid. This is our first test with the current settings. Looking good so far. Am I gonna have enough water, is the question. No, there's not enough water? Uh-oh. Well, I have more water here. Oh, wait a minute. I didn't have them hooked up correctly. There should have been enough water. Ah, all right, hold on. Now let's do, put it back on. Let's do that. And then hook this one up. All right, hopefully it kind of continues where it left off a little bit. It's overlapping some, but now it's getting to the outer edge there. I just didn't have it. I had 2 of them hooked up to one container. Oh, we missed one. Oh, we missed a couple. That one got hit. Oh, we missed one. Come on. Ah. Oh. Well, kind of good enough. All right, now let's start planting. So bananas go in the middle. Then we're gonna have a row of oranges until this pack of 20 runs out. There we go. And then I'm gonna do a set of blueberries until this pack of 20 runs out, which is right there. And then I'm gonna swap out for oranges. So we're doing like multi-layers, so that way like we're not gonna lose a whole single type of crop if they break through, you know? All right, is that wait, did I have exact? Oh, I'm missing one. I do a potato. Actually, I'm just gonna leave it. I'm just gonna leave it blank. It'll just be easier. Oh, I left some food in there. It'll just be easier to harvest if I don't have an additional type that's gonna take up an inventory slot. Okay, so now we got 23 minutes until our next raid. So let's try to merge these. So here's the thing. We need this to work on its own. So we need this switch and this controller. Oh, I left my water bucket here. It's actually gonna be easier to go up here and use the bridge to get across instead of walking up there. All right, we'll just put you back. So we got, I think I need 2 switches. Let me build another switch. All right, switches are easy. All right, so we're gonna have 2 buttons and a controller. One button is gonna control the controller and cause these to spin at maximum speed, 360 degrees on loop. And there you go. I almost imagine killing myself with drills, my own drills on a permadeath run, that would have been the most embarrassing way. That would have been the most embarrassing way to end it. All right, but that works. And I have this switch because I think I'm gonna want the armor to be able to lift up and go down. That way we can travel fast across the ground. So this is a self-contained system here. What I like about this bridge is that it droops down, which brings me closer to the ground when I want to jump off my base. So I don't ragdoll it's easier not to ragdoll. All right, so now I want to make an attachment point that can raise and lower the drill. So the drill is going to attach here. Actually, I'll have the drill attach up here, right there. I will need another controller, a simple controller. Let's get that started. Do I have one? I need some metal. Let's just craft a little bit of metal for this controller. I was like, I need to go mine some metal. That's actually kind of what I'm working on right now, is my mining abilities. All right, there we go. Now controller can be crafted. I need to go on a glue run too. Need more component kits as well. Circuit boards, we're doing great on circuit boards. All right, but we got that controller crafting. So now let's get this welding. It is attached right there. So if it goes straight up, that controller shouldn't interfere. So we attach this side right there. There we go. And then that, I believe, is an easily attachable and detachable. If we just do that, it's detached. We do that and we weld it back. The only thing we'll have to do, actually one of these switches can go on the vehicle itself, because that can be permanently hooked up to that bearing, because that bearing doesn't get deleted if I detach it. All right, I'll put the switch right there. And this will be number 2. Number 2 hooks into the controller. And now we got our other controller crafted. And I think we only need just the one, the level 1. And I'll go ahead and put it, where am I gonna put it? I guess I can just like hide it in the bottom, put it like right there. That hooks up to that. I think by default, it should be like negative, I don't know. Negative what? I feel like that. Is that gonna interfere with my driving? I think a little bit more. It is kind of annoying having the controller down here. I think it should be like on the side. Oh, I can stick it like right under here. That should work. All right, so I'll default, I'll have it, what was it, negative 30? Is that in contact with the ground at all times? It kind of looks like it is. And it's not interfering with my steering. So that should come in contact with the rods pretty easily. And then when I press the button, it's going to go up 120. So then that'll look like this. Oh, I gotta connect it. Wait, no, it is connected. What? Oh no, I gotta connect the button to it. There we go. And I press the button, it goes up just like that. Oh, and then stop these from spinning. I guess maybe not 120, maybe just like 105. Yeah, I think that looks good. All right. I mean, now we don't even really need it to be modular. I guess what makes it modular, what'll be useful for it to be modular is I can swap out a drill system with a saw system if you want to saw some stuff. But let me actually go test this real quick. I should attach some more, I can attach more resource collectors to this thing than my other one was even built for. So let's just drop that down there, drop that down there. I think 3 is gonna be good. And then we can just attach them like this. Should start upgrading my suspension at some point, maybe. Actually, I think this is fine. As long as we can still drive. We have a little bit of low ground clearance, but that'll be fine. And I should have rocks. Oh, there you go, right over. Ooh, look at this, big rock section over here. Go ahead and put the drills down. Activate them. And see how this works. Bonk. Okay, the drills do interfere with steering when it comes to mounds, but I can like lift them up pretty easily and then put them down like this. That's fine. I should give the drills suspension. Yeah, we're making quick work of this. All right, I think 30 degrees is too much. Let's go with 15 degrees. As long as it can hit the ones on the ground, it should be fine. And it looks like it should still hit the ones on the ground, but without like pushing our wheels up as much. Let's just try these real quick. Yeah, this is working fine. All right, the tough part is like the mound, like getting up this mound. But it still seems doable. Not like it's impossible. Just the drills interfere a little bit, which is why I think suspension could help. Oh boy, we got some company. They're like, hey, what are you doing on our turf? Come on, can you guys like, they're really... There we go. Doing a good job at avoiding me there. All right, even with only 2 drills, we made pretty quick work out of this one node here. I feel like that node up there is one we could like revisit over the course of a couple of runs, but first test, it is a success. Go ahead and bring the bring the drills up. And now we just need a nice spot to be able to get up onto our base, which I feel like right here is gonna be the spot to go. So let's figure that out real quick. We're gonna build a garage up there. All right, but in the meantime, my system is this. All right, should be able to grab these. That close enough? Yep. All right, now we got a bunch of stuff crafting, filling up our crafting chain. We got 10, 11 minutes. Let's see if we can build the thing. I kind of want to like actually build this base out a little bit more, but I feel like the garage is gonna be right here. So let me build out the frame of the garage. How wide is my vehicle? How much space do you need? All right, I'm just gonna do 2 lengths. Should be plenty. There's 2. That should be plenty. So now the plan is extend out a little bit more. How long is the vehicle? Yeah, I'm gonna need more than 2 lengths, or I'm gonna need more than 1 length. I'm gonna need 2 lengths. So this is that much, and then we go out at least that much. I'm just gonna go out to like there. Should be good. Okay, so now I'm gonna put the pivot point right. I feel like there is gonna be good. I hope the wood material is going to be light enough. My vehicle is made out of wood. I should add some concrete to the bottom of it. I'm gonna need some component kit. Oh, I'm gonna need another controller just because I need this to stay in one spot right now. It'll be loose soon. All right, this is just gonna live right here for now. We attach that. That should fix that. All right, good. Now we can continue the garage floor. Oh, okay, that's gonna be a problem. Hold on, we need a support beam on the bottom down here. So, how do I get under there? Like right here. So I need to do this. All right, so now when I extend this over here, dang it. Dang it. I may have chose the wrong point for the pivot. The pivot point, it might need to be moved after I do this, because I need the pivot point to be close enough to the center of mass that my vehicle's weight can offset the center of mass, but not too far, not too far from the center of mass where it's going to be too heavy for my vehicle. But is that enough to get... Yes. There we go. Now it'll have support. All right, now how far does this need to go to reach the ground is the question. I think the easiest way to do this then is to just build more of like a frame to save material, because I honestly don't know if I even have enough material to do the whole thing. All right, let's just extend this out, because we also need it to be shallow enough of a ramp. The longer I build it, the more shallow of a ramp it's gonna be. If it's too steep, we're not gonna be able to drive up it. All right, I feel like that's gonna be too steep still. The thing is, if I make it too long, it's gonna be really easy just to keep cutting it down after it's like laying in its extended position. So let's just go long for now. All right, I feel like that's plenty long enough. So let's see what there's not going to be enough wood, I don't think, to offset the weight here yet. So I need to build out more. So let's just see how much wood can I even afford. There we go. It's starting to fall. Oh, it stopped. I don't want that to happen. Probably just not heavy enough yet. Am I out of wood already? Am I like actually out of wood? I'm out of wood. Oh, no, I'm not. Whew. That was close. I could also add some of the stone block for, dang it, for weight balancing purposes. All right, let me just extend this out so it comes down. Why are you stopping? All right, there we go. So now, let me... Dang it! I really just need to extend that edge. All right, and that attaches there. All right, and we're really gonna have to save on material here because I got one more stack left. I think I need to build it from... Well, I can get more material. This is gonna take a little bit. Let's just, oh, keep track of the time. How about that? Let's keep track of the time. We got a minute left. Okay, let's attach the controller back. Oh, that's not a good sign. This side isn't heavy enough compared to that side. Here, let's, get rid of some on this side. There we go. We're going up. We're going up. Woo! Hopefully my vehicle will be heavy enough to do that. All right, we got 40 seconds. Let's see what this raid is like. Oh, I needed to put another saw blade over here because somebody got up over here. That's, oh, are we all good? We're all good. Yeah. Ah, I didn't have quite enough for the inventory. All right, seeds, seeds, seeds. That's a stack of 60. Grab those. All right, we got 10 seconds left. And banana seeds. Only 5 banana seeds. All right, let's see what this raid is like. Here we go. All right, somebody's over here. Is he gonna be able to get up? Oh, a lot of people are over here. This is our best chance to see how they got up. He's close. We need a saw blade right in the middle of this rocky section. There it happened. There. I think they pushed each other a little bit. Interesting. So we need a saw blade here. Good to know. Let's check the other side, see how it's going over here. Anybody trying to get up? Somebody died here? What happened over here? Get the rest of the hay bots. Alright, is that... Oh, there's one over there. Wait. I just heard a metal sound. I heard somebody hitting metal. Alright. Think we just got tow bots left now. Alright, successful raid. Let's go ahead and plant some more. I think we're all filled up on water. Let's see if this actually does the water thing this time. Alright, we're gonna use bananas, blueberries, and oranges. Oh, I ran out of water. What? Oh, did I not? Dang it! Why do I do this? Why? Okay, I have to remember to swap the water out this time. Well, look at that. They're all watered. Ah, boy. Okay. Let's fill the water back. I'm almost done with the... Oh, I gotta manage my inventory here. We gotta start making some crates. All right, let's get planting before I even replace the water. All right, bananas on the inside. This is gonna be a... I think this is gonna be a high tier raid here. Like, I don't know at what point we're gonna get tape bots, but that's the point in which this whole series is at very high risk. All right, there we go. Fully planted, fully watered. Put our seeds back and fill up our water. And let's actually hook this up appropriately where each one of these gets its own water container. And next time we'll actually be able to see if it works. All right, what was I doing? Yeah, teeter-totter. All right, I am gonna move the pivot point back to here. Just going to take a weld tool. So I'm gonna mark the spot where it goes like that. So it goes there and it comes from here. Oh, cool. This is actually really convenient. All right, so put the bearing there. We fill that in, weld tool right there. Then we weld it right there. All right, let's go ahead and hook this up again just to keep it secure. But as you can see, it's fighting it a lot less. The center of gravity is a little bit more fair. But as I extend the wood out, it's gonna get more and more uneven on the bearing. All right, that is all of the material I have. But getting some back every time I do this. Oh, it's getting too heavy for the bearing now, as you can see. I have just added a lot of material to it, though. Keep going 2 steps forward, 1 step back with the material. All right, I'm out of material now. We are so close to being able to test it, though. I actually do like we kind of got lucky with the fact that the ground is level enough that I should be able to get my wheels up. All right, I can get some wood back from this thing. I'll just have to cannibalize this. We'll have some extra materials. Yeah, just so you guys know, you cannot press E on the lift in survival mode. So I can't delete stuff. Some people were saying in the last episode when I said that I couldn't put my bridge on a lift to delete it, that were telling me I could. Telling you right now, can't do it. You guys must have the modded survival installed. All right, how much wood did that get me? 160? Don't think that's gonna be enough, but let's see how far it goes. Oh, we are so close. We just need a little bit more wood. All right, let's make some saw blades. Do I have enough to make the saw blade? I think I'm gonna need some more metal. Let's just get this crafting for now. Saw blades, let's see. Oh, I forgot that I actually I mined a bunch of metal. I didn't need to do all this. I wish I could cancel it. All right, so I can make 4 saw blades. Let's make 3, because I want 2 for my vehicle, and then I want 1 for my base. So we're gonna have to wait a little bit on that, but let's take my vehicle out real quick as is, and let's go find a place for some scrap wood. If I find a road somewhere, we can find a shack to get some scrap wood from, I believe. Oh, what you gonna have for me here? Component kit. I'll take all that stuff. Oh, I forgot to put the resource collector. I should always go out with the resource collector. I'm trying to remember that. Because then when I run over hay bots, I can instantly collect their spines. All right, are there no roads over here? I was just gonna drive until I found a road. I see a chemical pond across the way there. Oh. Oh. Should I get that guy? Well, this is a distraction. But it's one of these things, I don't know if I'll be able to find it easily again, so let's do it. Not what I came here for. Oh, I don't even have any building material on me to build the cage. I'm sorry, sir, but I think you might be on your own. I might actually just have to leave you here. I don't have any building material. That's what I was out to get, and I just chose the worst direction for my purpose. Oh, I see a shack. Right over here. Oh, this is not what I thought it was gonna be. There's a lot of soil here, though. Do I want to expand my farm with more plots, maybe? I could. I'll pick up what I can. All right, I got all the wood I can from it. Now I'm gonna pick up all the soil I can, which is quite a lot. All right, I got all the soil. That got me 25 plots. Let's head home. Let's get situated. We need to put all of the scrap. That's not a lot of scrap wood. Not as much as I was hoping for. And that's gonna take a little while to craft because we have saw blades to craft as well. Those saw blades are gonna take up all the time until the raid. Let's start planting some crops then. Or not crops, putting some soil down. See what our farm expansion can look like. So now I can kind of use my circle as a guide. So I just put stuff around. All right, I have used most of it. I got 5 over here. I got 5 over here. I got 5 over here. And I got 5 over there. I'm now like symmetrical, but I have 5 more crops. Oh, you know what? Here's a good way to do it. Right there, right there. Right there, right there. All right, so I've expanded my circle by 24 crops, essentially. And didn't have to really expand my perimeter that much, although I'm pretty sure this one could get hit. So I'm never gonna put valuable crops right here on the edge. But I'm feeling good about this. All right, we got 2 minutes left still. Man, I need to do another water run too. Let's just stick this underneath there. The thing is, can my, that's 25 extra crops to water. Now I might not have enough water for these things. I may need to convert this into a 4-prong system at some point, in which case it should be able to move faster. All right, and I'm gonna move this saw blade right here. I don't know if they can get up over there. I think they can. I need 2 saw blades for this section. That's why I'm crafting 3. Actually, I should have 1 crafted by now. I have 2 crafted by now. All right, so that one goes in the middle of that one. I'll put this one back over here. And my other 2 are for my vehicle. All right, so hopefully this is safe now. Oh, my food chest is already like pretty much full. Look at that. I'm not going to be able to fill it up with this stuff. All right, well, here comes the raid. There we go. We got a couple over here. Let's see if they have any chance of getting up. All right, that's looking pretty secure. I heard somebody fall over here, I think. This place is looking pretty good. I'm just gonna like let some raids stack up and just have spines everywhere. Let's start hitting these guys. I actually just got a sudden little panic thinking I'd never even looked for tape bots. I didn't even consider that tape bots could have possibly spawned this time. And thought I was gonna die for a second. Oh, he's trying to get up. He's trying to get up. He's having some trouble. And he's down. Yeah, I think that's gonna keep knocking him down. My crops are starting to sprout too. All right, I'm gonna slowly work my... Oh, okay, hello. All right, feeling good. Oh, there's another one. All right, I think all the hay bots are gone now. Just gonna get the rest of the tote bots. Ah! Ah, where'd he go? Is that him? That was kind of scary. All right, a couple of component kits is good. All right, let's grab our crops. We're really gonna have to do a packing station run soon. See what we can get with blueberries and oranges. Ah, I can almost get everything in one go. All right, 5 bananas, and I literally don't have room. All right, let's put some seeds back. 14 banana seeds for next time. All right, I'm gonna have to put my extra food in here. I have way too much. No more, I'm not planting tonight. Man, it's crazy how quick you become like completely scarce of resources to all of a sudden abundant. It's a very quick transition. All right, so that's taken care of. Now, this has been crafting wood. This is all it has crafted so far. Fantastic. All right, let's get back on the ramp and see if we can finish it with this amount of wood. I think this is actually gonna be enough. Yeah, it's gonna be enough once I take out the excess. All right, there we go. It is finished. Let's see if it works. I feel like it's gonna be too heavy. I don't think my vehicle is gonna be able to compensate for it yet. All right, here goes nothing. Oh, I need a backboard on it. Okay, hold, please. We need to support the other side of this thing. Oh, we almost just broke the whole thing. We need a bearing on each side. What was I thinking, having a single side? All right, yeah, we do need some more wood then. All right, so this goes over. And, no. We can build a little platform here. There we go. Goes down to there. Right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. So we need a bearing right there. So this gets deleted. So we need a bearing right there. And right there. That's fine. That bearing goes there. So now if I do this, that falls down. Don't worry, this is what I want. All right, so I need a paint tool. Or I do this. I just need to mark the weld point. That's the weld point on that side. That's the weld point on that side. Now I can take my weld tool. Do this. All right, is that on? Is this side on? It's hard to tell. I can just guarantee that it goes on by putting it on the lift. All right, so now that it's on the lift, I can take a look. You know what? I'm just gonna triple confirm by doing that, and then for sure welding it. And then same thing over here. That for sure gets welded there. This gets welded right there. And now it is back to normal, but it is attached over here as well. So then I want to extend this all the way back to here. I forgot about bearing weakness and how it can mess everything up. All right, now we can delete this part because now it is attached elsewhere. All right, there we go. I can fill these gaps back in that were my markers. Now let's see if we can drive up it. Okay, here it goes. Shouldn't torque anymore. It kind of torques. All right, we drive up. That side has a bearing. Yeah, it does. Oh no! I'm not heavy enough. Makes sense because I am mostly wood. All right. This is fine. We either need to move the pivot point further out. What if I have bearing assistant? What if I have this assist? This is gonna give some torque. If I have that attached to both sides. Max connection is reached, really. Oh, there we go. Have that attached to both sides. So now it is out also fighting. Let me make sure that it's not enough to lift up the whole thing. But that should give us some extra force. Almost. All right, we need more. I'm gonna replace the bottom of my vehicle with stone. I feel like this is gonna break at some point though. All right, so we've got plenty of stone in here. What are the stone stats? All right, weight is 6 out of 10. This is 2 out of 10. That should make a dramatic difference. Should also make us less likely to flip over. And I just gotta be careful here. Gonna do like one block at a time so that nothing gets disconnected. All right, that should have added a lot of weight. Let me actually give this a wooden border just for aesthetics. All right, let's see if that gives us the weight assistance that we need. Lift that up. All right, we should be a lot heavier now. I think it's too big. It's working. Maybe it's not that it's too big. I think I need to either move. It might be too big or I need to move the pivot point. But also, why isn't it going flush over here? That should be going flush over there. Okay. I guess. Let's move the pivot point. I'm gonna move it out to here. All right, which means I gotta disconnect it from its current. What was that? What was that piece? That was the piece I needed to be out to here. Okay, I need to make a brace on this. So that I don't lose that distance there. All right, good. Now I can put this on a lift again. And that allows me to attach this side to this side. Weld it. Then attach that side. Place it right there. All right, it still goes down on its own. Oh, that side didn't attach. Wait, neither side attached. Wait, what? Did I just do that completely wrong or something? This should have attached right there. I swear that's what I did. But this is attached here? Did I grab the wrong thing? Yeah, so this part, I thought I did that. There we go. All right, it's not going down on its own right now. I think that's okay. It just needs to get updated a little bit with some interaction like this. All right, we can also remove this section. And replace that back and remove that little section there. All right, this should give us more. It's a steeper angle now, I think. That's a pretty steep angle. But let's see what happens. Dang it. I'm also gonna give this a little bit more support on this side. Just so it's more level. Okay, here we go. All right, now this is without bearing help, actually. It's something. Come on, all the way. There we go. Now it's flush, too. All right, let's see. Does it work this way if I have these on? All right, we back up. Lowers us down, no problem. Oh, but see, now it's too strong. Okay, that's a problem. What if it's just one bearing powered by the controller? I need to let it fall. All right, it does stay down. But if I take it back up and come back down, will it stay down in that circumstance too? Okay. This is a bit of a steep ramp. It would be really nice if we had the wedge pieces, but look at how much faster it goes down now. There we go. All right, so one of the things I wanted to do also was add a bumper up here. That way I have something to drive against. All right, and then if we want to go back down, just let it go down. Back on off. And it stays down. Now let's test out the bumper. We drive up. We hit the bumper. There we go. Now we are on. We can drop off our resource collectors. Our base is protected, still elevated. Teeter-totter works. So then I can build a garage. Oh. I can't really build a garage. I mean, the roof has to accommodate this. I could build a garage. It's gonna need a very tall roof. Let's take a look at that from the side, see what it feels like. Yeah, I could build a garage in there, maybe. Well, it's a place to keep the car, though. It's an easy... Actually, if I get out of my vehicle like this, it should auto-engage the brake. Oh, perfect. Yeah, the wheels stop, and they have enough grip on this not to slide back down. Then you can start getting ready to manage your resource collectors while it's still lowering. We did it. We did teeter-totter bridge, or teeter-totter ramp, garage parking. Teeter-totter ramp parking. All right, let me know what you guys thought of this concept. If you have any other ideas you'd like to see happen, let me know what you'd like to see down in the comments below. And if you got, and once again, we are still alive and we have not died. So I hope you guys are enjoying this series. And if you are, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss future episodes. And you can check out some more awesome stuff right here on the end screen. Hope this video has earned your subscription. Anyway, this has been ScrapMan. I'll see you next time. Bye.